The world spins, seemingly oblivious to the individual dramas unfolding within it. In the late 20th century, as global tensions simmered and new technologies began to shape the future, two boys were born on opposite sides of the Atlantic, their lives destined for paths so divergent, yet eventually fate would intertwine them in ways no one could have predicted. This is the story of Volodymyr Zelenskyy and Donald Trump, a parallel journey from childhood dreams to the global stage. Let's begin in a place far removed from the glitz and glamour that would later define one of our protagonists. January 25th, 1978. Kryvyi Rih, Ukrainian SSR, a gritty industrial city known for its iron ore mines. In an ordinary Soviet household, a son was born to Jewish parents, Alexander and Rima Zelenska. They named him Volodymyr. His father was a professor of cybernetics, his mother an engineer. Their lives were modest, focused on education and the quiet rhythms of Soviet life. Young Volodymyr, or Vova, as he was affectionately known, grew up speaking Russian, his early years shaped by the cultural and political landscape of the Soviet Union. He was a lively, curious boy, navigating the typical experiences of childhood in a close-knit community. School, playing with friends, the ever-present awareness of the Cold War, these were the building blocks of his young world. Just a little over 3 years earlier, on June 14th, 1946, in the bustling metropolis of New York City, a different kind of life was beginning. At Jamaica Hospital in Queens, Fred and Mary Ann Trump welcomed their fourth child, a son they named Donald John Trump. His father was a successful real estate developer, his mother a Scottish immigrant with a taste for the finer things. Donald's early years were spent in the affluent Jamaica Estates neighborhood, a world of privilege and opportunity. He attended private schools, his upbringing marked by a focus on ambition, competition, and the pursuit of success. Even as a young boy, Donald displayed a strong will and a keen awareness of the power of image and wealth, traits that would later define his career. While Volodymyr was navigating the standardized Soviet education system, learning about collective values and the achievements of the state, young Donald was being instilled with a sense of individual achievement and the importance of making a name for oneself. Their playgrounds were vastly different. One the communal courtyards of a Soviet city, the other the manicured lawns of a wealthy American suburb. Their early influences, one shaped by a collectivist ideology, the other by capitalist drive, were setting them on seemingly opposite trajectories. As the years passed, the distinct environments in which they were raised continued to mold their young minds. In Kryvyi Rih, Volodymyr developed a passion for the arts, particularly comedy and acting. He was a natural performer, finding joy in making his friends laugh. His academic pursuits were solid, but his heart seemed to lie in the world of entertainment. He became involved in school productions, honing his comedic timing and stage presence. The collapse of the Soviet Union in his early teens brought about significant social and economic changes in Ukraine, a period of both uncertainty and new possibilities. Volodymyr, adaptable and energetic, embraced the evolving landscape. He pursued a law degree at the Kryvyi Rih Institute of Economics, a practical choice in a rapidly changing nation, but his creative passions never waned. Even while studying law, he was actively involved in local comedy troupes, his talent becoming increasingly evident. Across the ocean, Donald's formative years were marked by a different kind of dynamism. He was a boisterous and assertive child, known for his competitive spirit and a tendency to push boundaries. His father, Fred Trump, a formidable figure in the New York real estate scene, instilled in him the values of hard work, deal-making, and the relentless pursuit of success. After attending the New York Military Academy, where he learned discipline and leadership skills, Donald pursued a degree in economics at Fordham University before transferring to the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, a prestigious institution known for its business program. Even in his college years, Donald displayed a keen interest in real estate and the art of the deal, often working alongside his father and absorbing the intricacies of the industry. His focus was on building, on creating tangible symbols of wealth and power, while Volodymyr was finding his voice through humor and performance in a newly independent Ukraine, navigating the complexities of a society in transition. Donald was immersing himself in the world of high finance and real estate in the booming American economy, learning the strategies of acquisition and the language of profit. One was honing his ability to connect with people through laughter and relatable scenarios. The other was learning the art of of negotiation and the power of branding. Their skills were developing in vastly different arenas, yet both were fundamentally about understanding and influencing people. The turn of the millennium saw both men solidifying their chosen paths, though in ways that few could have predicted would eventually lead to a global collision. Volodymyr Zelenskyy's comedic talent blossomed in the post-Soviet Ukrainian entertainment industry. He co-founded Kvartal 95, a hugely successful production company that created popular television shows, films, and live comedy acts. Zelenskyy himself became a household name, known for his sharp wit, satirical humor, and ability to connect with a broad audience. His most famous role, ironically, was in a television series called Servant of the People, where he played a humble school teacher who unexpectedly becomes the president of Ukraine after a viral video of him ranting against corruption. This role, a fictional satire, would eerily foreshadow his own future. He built a career on understanding the public mood, on reflecting their frustrations and aspirations through comedy, becoming a powerful cultural force in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Donald Trump had firmly established himself as a prominent figure in the American real estate and media landscape. He took over his father's real estate business and expanded it, building iconic skyscrapers, casinos, and golf courses, often emblazoned with his own name. Beyond real estate, he became a media personality, leveraging his wealth and outspoken nature to gain significant public attention. His reality television show, The Apprentice, where he famously declared, "You're fired," became a cultural phenomenon, further solidifying his image as a successful, no-nonsense businessman and a compelling television personality. Trump mastered the art of self-promotion, building a powerful brand based on success, luxury, and a direct, often controversial communication style. He understood the power of media, the ability to capture public attention and shape narratives through bold pronouncements and unwavering confidence. While Zelenskyy was entertaining and subtly influencing Ukrainian society through his comedic lens, often satirizing the political establishment, Trump was directly engaging with the American public through his business ventures and media appearances, cultivating a loyal following and becoming a powerful voice in the national conversation. Both men were masters of communication, albeit through vastly different mediums and with contrasting approaches. The trajectory of their lives took a dramatic and unforeseen turn in the late 2010s in Ukraine. Public frustration with corruption and thus ongoing conflict in the East was reaching a boiling point. Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the actor who had played a president on television, began to seriously consider entering the political arena. His popularity was immense, his image untainted by the existing political establishment. In 2018, he officially announced his candidacy for the presidency, running on an anti-corruption platform and promising to bring fresh leadership to the nation. His campaign was unconventional, leveraging social media and his comedic background to connect directly with voters. In a stunning landslide victory in 2019, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the entertainer, became the president of Ukraine. His lack of traditional political experience was seen by many as an asset, a sign that he was an outsider who could finally bring real change. Across the Atlantic, Donald Trump, after years of hinting at a potential run for office, also decided to enter the political fray. In 2015, he announced his candidacy for the Republican nomination for President of the United States. His campaign was equally unconventional, characterized by his populist rhetoric, his direct and often inflammatory communication style, and his appeal to a segment of the American electorate who felt left behind by the establishment. Despite initial skepticism from many political pundits, Trump's message resonated with a significant portion of the population. He skillfully used social media and rallies to connect directly with his supporters, bypassing traditional media outlets. In a surprising turn of events in 2016, Donald Trump, the businessman and reality television star, was elected the 45th president of the United States. His victory marked a significant shift in American politics, fueled by a desire for change and a rejection of the status quo. Two men from vastly different backgrounds who had achieved fame and influence in their respective fields through unconventional paths now found themselves at the helm of their nations. One, a comedian who promised to clean up corruption and bring peace to a nation grappling with conflict. The other, a real estate mogul who vowed to make America great again through a nationalist agenda. Their parallel journeys, once seemingly worlds apart, were now on a collision course with history. The paths of Volodymyr Zelenskyy and Donald Trump, once running parallel across continents, began to converge on the intricate stage of international politics. As the newly elected president of Ukraine, Zelenskyy sought to strengthen his nation's ties with the West and navigate the complex relationship with Russia, which had annexed Crimea in 2014 and was supporting separatists in eastern Ukraine. His administration aimed to tackle corruption and implement reforms, seeking to align Ukraine more closely with European values. Donald Trump, as President of the United States, pursued an America First foreign policy, often challenging long-standing alliances and engaging in direct diplomacy with world leaders. His administration's approach to Ukraine was complex and at times contradictory, offering security assistance while also expressing skepticism about the extent of corruption in the country. The relationship between Zelenskyy and Trump became a focal point of international attention, particularly in light of a phone call between the two leaders in 2019. This call and the events that followed would trigger a political storm in the United States and significantly impact the relationship between the two nations. Allegations of withheld military aid to Ukraine in exchange for politically motivated investigations in the United States led to impeachment proceedings against President Trump. This period marked a critical juncture where the lives and political destinies of Zelenskyy and Trump became inextricably linked. One, a leader striving to defend his young democracy against external aggression and internal challenges. The other, a powerful world leader facing domestic political turmoil and navigating a shifting global landscape. Their interactions, scrutinized by the world, highlighted the contrasting styles and priorities of these two men who had risen to power through such different routes. The comedian turned president and the businessman turned president, now facing each other on the world stage, their parallel stories reaching an unexpected and dramatic intersection. The intertwined narratives of Volodymyr Zelenskyy and Donald Trump offer a cautionary tale about the unpredictable nature of leadership and the challenges of navigating a complex world. Their stories remind us that backgrounds and experiences can shape leaders in profound ways, influencing their decisions and actions on the global stage. Whether their interactions ultimately strengthened or weakened international relations, their story serves as a valuable lesson for future generations of leaders. It underscores the importance of integrity, empathy, and a deep understanding of the interconnectedness of nations. The parallel journeys of Zelenskyy and Trump, from childhood dreams to the global stage, highlight the enduring power of individual choices and the profound responsibility that comes with wielding influence on the world stage.